Lindsay Lohan has always been a figure of resilience and reinvention in Hollywood, navigating the highs and lows of fame with a grace that has only deepened since she embraced motherhood. In a candid moment at the Wellness Oasis presented by Chase during Art Basel on December 2nd, the actress opened up about her approach to raising her young son, Luai, whom she welcomed into the world in 2023 alongside her husband, Bader Shamus. When the conversation turned to the joys and challenges of parenthood, Lohan didn't hold back. She described motherhood not as a burden or a series of restrictions, but as a profound sense of freedom, a liberating opportunity to share the intricacies of her life and the lessons etched into her experiences with someone so pure and unfiltered. "It's like this freedom in sharing my life and my experiences with him," she reflected, her voice carrying the weight of someone who has lived 1,000 lives in one. Gratitude laced her words as she acknowledged how the turbulent chapters of her own past have equipped her with a unique wisdom, allowing her to steer her son toward paths she never had the chance to explore herself. It's a deliberate pivot, one born from introspection and a fierce desire to break cycles rather than repeat them. This isn't the first time Lohan has touched on the transformative power of becoming a mother. Just a few months earlier, in late July, she graced The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, where the late-night host's easy rapport drew out even more personal revelations. There, amid laughter and light-hearted banter, she recounted a tender, almost comical moment with Luai that underscored the innocence of childhood and the complexities it stirs in a parent's heart. That very morning, her son had caught a glimpse of her on Good Morning America, the bustling energy of the studio broadcast flickering across the screen. To his wide-eyed wonder, it appeared as though Mommy was somehow trapped inside the television, a magical box that held her captive. "He saw me on Good Morning America this morning and he thought I was stuck in there," Lohan shared with a chuckle, the audience erupting in shared delight at the purity of a toddler's logic. But beneath the humor lay a deeper vulnerability. As Luai grows, becoming more attuned to the world around him, Lohan admits to a quiet apprehension. She worries about the day when his perceptions sharpen, when the glamour of her career might blur into confusion or misunderstanding. "As he gets more aware, I feel scared that he might get confused and I don't want him to think certain things," she confessed, her tone shifting to one of earnest protectiveness. This fear isn't rooted in paranoia but in the raw authenticity of someone who has weathered public scrutiny since her teens. Lohan's journey through stardom began explosively with roles in films like The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday, propelling her into a spotlight that burned brightly but often uncontrollably. The early 2000s saw her grappling with the pressures of fame, legal troubles, tabloid headlines, and personal struggles that played out like a scripted drama. Yet, through it all, she emerged stronger, channeling that energy into comebacks like her role in Mean Girls and later, more mature projects that showcased her evolution. Motherhood, however, marks a new epoch, one where the narrative isn't about redemption for herself but safeguarding the unscarred canvas of her child's life. It's a theme that resonates deeply in an era where celebrity parenting is dissected under a microscope, from social media shares to paparazzi pursuits. Lohan, ever the trailblazer, is redefining what it means to pass the torch, opting for guidance over imitation. In her Art Basel reflection, Lohan elaborated on this philosophy of direction. She envisions a childhood for Luai unmarred by the precocious spotlight she knew so young. Where her path veered into high-stakes auditions and relentless schedules, his will meander through unstructured play, emotional literacy, and the quiet confidence that comes from feeling truly seen. "I'm grateful for the things that I've gone through in my life because it allows me to guide him in a different direction," she said, emphasizing the silver linings of adversity. This gratitude isn't passive, it's active, woven into daily rituals, from bedtime stories that impart subtle life lessons to conversations that normalize vulnerability. Shamus, her steadfast partner since their 2022 wedding, shares this vision, their union a blend of cultural richness, he's of Lebanese descent, and mutual support that grounds their family in stability. Luai's name, meaning shield, or protector in Arabic, feels almost prophetic, a talisman against the world's sharper edges. Delving deeper into her Tonight Show anecdote, Lohan's concern about Luai's budding awareness touches on universal parental anxieties amplified by her profession. The television incident, while endearing, symbolizes a larger crossroads: how to demystify the artificiality of media for a child who might one day navigate it himself. She imagines curating his introduction to her filmography with care, starting not with the edgier tales of her youth but with something wholesome and fun. "I would let him watch Herbie Fully Loaded first," she decided on the spot, referencing her 2005 Disney hit where she starred as a race car driver alongside a sentient Volkswagen Beetle. It's a choice steeped in nostalgia and strategy, Herbie's lighthearted adventure offers laughs without the layered subtexts of her more dramatic roles. This selective unveiling extends beyond movies. It's about timing conversations around fame's illusions, ensuring Luai understands the performance behind the persona. Lohan's evolution as a parent mirrors broader cultural shifts toward mindful child-rearing. In the wake of movements like gentle parenting and conscious decoupling from toxic patterns, her story becomes a beacon for others in the public eye. She's not alone in this. Peers like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have spoken similarly about shielding their kids from Hollywood's glare, but Lohan's candor, delivered with humor and heart, cuts through the gloss. At Art Basel, surrounded by creatives and wellness advocates, her words landed with particular resonance. The event, a hub for mindful discourse amid Miami's vibrant art scene, amplified her message of intentional legacy building. Panel discussions there often explore themes of legacy and healing, and Lohan's contribution felt like a personal manifesto. Motherhood as reclamation, not repetition. As Luai approaches his second birthday, Lohan's days are a tapestry of ordinary miracles, stroller walks in sun-dappled parks, shared meals that stretch into storytelling sessions, and the simple thrill of his first words echoing hers. Yet, she remains vigilant, aware that the world will eventually intrude.